one, TDS, tax deducted at source. I've just made one small chart here to explain the complete concept of TDS. Guys, let me take a role of payer. Now assume I am supposed to pay you 10 lakh rupees. I'm supposed to pay you 10 lakh rupees on which TDS is applicable. Sir, for which expenses TDS is applicable and all, we will cover it later. Now assume whatever I am paying you 10 lakh, on that TDS is applicable. I am supposed to deduct 10% TDS. Now, how will I know whether I am supposed to deduct TDS or not? I should have a knowledge of TDS provisions. There are various sections which covers different types of expenses, which tells if you make so and so expenses or payments to the following people, then if it is more than 30,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh 50 and all, which we call it as threshold limit, then deduct the TDS at the respective rates. Where is this given? Under the respective section. So you guys have to know what is the nature of payment, who should be the payer, who should be the payee, what is the threshold limit, if it is crossed, at what rate TDS has to be deducted. We will take care of it little later. Now, sir, assume for my expenses I am supposed to deduct TDS at 10%. So what am I supposed to do? I have to deduct TDS 10%. How much it comes to 1 lakh, and pay you only remaining 9 lakh. I have to pay only remaining 9 lakh to you guys. Now you will receive from me 9 lakh. But how much you earned from me? 10 lakh. So for you, what is the income, guys? What is the income? 9 lakh or 10 lakh? 10 lakh. You have to always consider gross income, not the amount of income after TDS, but before TDS. Sir, TDS you deducted 1 lakh, I didn't get it. No, you didn't get it. But it is as if you have paid tax to the government. Now from your final tax liability, assume your final tax liability is around 15 lakh. From that, you will reduce 1 lakh, whatever TDS has been deducted by me, and I would have remitted to the government. Yeah, so government has already got 1 lakh revenue on behalf of you. So can you take a credit of it? Yes, you can take a credit of it. Okay. Now me, whatever 1 lakh I will deduct, what will I do? I will put it to my pocket? No, I have to remit it to the government, guys, on or before 7th of next month. Assume I have deducted TDS on any day of February. I have to remit it to the government on or before 7th March. Any day of February, you have to remit it to government on or before 7th of next month. And this is monthly. Sir, also I have to file with the government or department TDS quarterly returns, giving the details of in this 3 months, quarter will have 3 months. In this 3 months, what all payments I made, for whom and all I made, that is the payee. We call you guys as payee. Now, what all payments I have made you, and what is your PAN number? How much TDS I deducted? On what day did I deduct? And what day I am remitting it to the government? All these details I have to give it in the quarterly returns, which is form 24Q, 26Q, and 27Q. 24Q is for the TDS deducted on salary. 26Q is the TDS deducted for resident payee any payment other than salary. Then 27Q is for the TDS deducted on non-residents for any payment other than salary. Whereas for salary deducted both on resident payee as well as non-resident payee is covered under which return? 24Q, guys. And it has to be filed quarterly. Sir, is this the income tax return? No, no, no. Income tax return has to be filed annually. Whereas the TDS is only for the purpose of TDS deducted and remitted to the government, which has to be filed quarterly by whom? Payer. Then done with this. Then payer should also give proof to the payee, because payee has to claim a credit of this 1 lakh now. Yes, for that he has to have some proof. It will be auto credited to him, okay, on his income tax profile. But still, the payer has to give a proof to the payee telling, sir, 1 lakh I have deducted from your income and I have remitted to the government on so and so date. We call it as TDS certificate. That will be issued in the form of 16 or 16 AA or 16 single A by payer to payee. Now payer totally has how much responsibilities? First, he has to deduct TDS, then remit it to the government, then file TDS quarterly returns and issue TDS certificates to the payee. Who is paying in my example? You guys. Who is paying? Me. Yes, sir. Now, as a payer, definitely I will be having my own business. Sir, I have my own business. Now, you are asking me to follow so many things. How will I do, sir? Payer, what if I don't do it? Payer, what if I don't do it? Then You are treated as assessee in default. Means me, in my example, payer is treated as assessee in default if it doesn't comply with TDS provision. That is, if it doesn't deduct or else deduct but not remitted to the government within the due date, then assessee will be treated in default. Whatever loss of revenue is there to the government due to TDS non-deduction, payer has to make it good along with interest and penalty. Moreover, over and above this, under the head PGBP, we have learned as per section 40A1 or 40A1A, expenditure is disallowed. If the payment is made to a resident payee, if this guy, you guys are residents, then 40A1 will tell, sorry, 40A1A will tell 30% of the expenditure is disallowed. If TDS is not deducted or deducted but not remitted within the due date of filing the returns. Filing the returns, guys. Just so. Then, if you guys assume you are a non-resident or a foreign company, or else the payment is made outside India, in that case, if I am not deducted TDS or deducted but not remitted to the government within the due date of filing the returns, then it will be 100% disallowed as per section 40A1. There is one more section that is for salary paid outside India, 40A3, which tells if TDS is not deducted or is deducted but not remitted to the government within due date of TDS, within the due date of TDS, then it is permanently disallowed. Permanently disallowed. Where is it given, sir? 40A3. This is the salary payable to a non-resident or outside India, guys. Yes. Now, so at least to escape from all this, what should payer do? He has to comply with TDS provisions. So many companies will have a separate team altogether for TDS compliance. For TDS compliance, because day in day out they will be making number of payments. So we have to check under which section it will fall, how much TDS has to be deducted, when it has to be remitted, and they have to file TDS returns and all. So all this compliance is not so easy. So that is where the professionals play a major role. So for every business officials or professionals, they will be in need of the experts who have a knowledge of taxation, guys. Okay.